My name is Craig Goodworth. I'm an artist from the United States. I study some things besides art, theology and literature. I am interdisciplinary artist. I do a combination in real life of art making, of manual work, and some teaching and guest lecturing. I am here in Slovakia with my wife and two small children. I have a 3-year-old boy and little baby Babika. What led me to Slovakia is blood. I do have some blood here. My grandfather, my maternal ancestors from Dovelovo in the Liptov. My grandfather left Slovakia when he was a boy, and I've been intrigued. I've been fascinated by Slovakia since I was a boy. What funds me, or what got me out here, is a Fulbright grant. And I chased this grant. I sort of hunted down this grant for 3 years. The statement that I wrote up for the church goes like this. It says, doing research in the forest in the fall, I became intrigued by troughs, or korytos, or cromolets, the gathering place of wild animals in the Liptov forests. And I began to think about how do human beings gather, and what feeds the human species. So these artworks ask the question, what sustains nature, and what sustains culture? Or, what do human beings need to be healthy and whole? Placing the korytos in the city square between art gallery and church is a very interesting social space to me. It's like a boundary or an ecotone. Also, it's very important to me that the korytos were placed in the city square during the liturgical season of Lent, because the empty troughs then can be symbolic of the body, the human body, and the spiritual practice or need for emptying during this Lenten season. This is a modest project in the sense that these are logs. The form is rather simple. It's not bronze or artwork that's precious, placed behind glass. It's vulnerable, modest, humble in the public. The future of these troughs is that they will go to Bratislava, and I'm going to explore filling them now that they're empty. They will be then filled, and I'll explore that in Gallery Statua. After that, I kind of like the idea of the troughs, those that can be used, going back to the forest and serving in the natural landscape. I also am very comfortable with the idea of these troughs or korytos becoming firewood, which was really the purpose of their being removed from the forest to begin with. And down the road, I do want to come back. My family and I really like it here, and we're interested in how we can continue to engage in mutual exchange with Slovak people, with the place, with the culture. So I think where a person's from matters, and I think part of my story is Slovakia. Slovakia holds a lot of stories. The Liptov has some very, very rich stories. And part of my small story is this larger story of Slovakia. Thanks and acknowledgments are due, because this kind of work that I made here is not really my single handiwork. This isn't solitary art practice. This more fits a sort of social collaborative model. I don't think when I began this project I was expecting that it could have this much relational goodness, or this much give and take, or this much exchange. So I'm sitting on this empty koryto very satisfied with what's grown over the last couple of weeks, and really what's grown over the last 6 months being here, and seeing that initial koryto in the forest, and the hunters are saying, come on, let's go, and I can't stop taking photos of this koryto, because both for what it is in its use and as a symbol, it just meant a lot to me, and it's immensely satisfying to see 9 of them, and in a very different context. Ďakujem pekne.